I started in pharmacy well over 30 years ago, probably as an owner about 33 years ago, and the pharmacist probably about a few 3 or 4 years. It must be 37. So and it's a great career and we're very unique in Australia where we have some really good regulations which protect the industry and allow pharmacists to grow their profession and to grow their wealth. So it's pretty unique, I think, around the world from what I've seen. And there's lots of opportunities. There's always opportunities. So Mohammed mentioned about me being ethnic background. I think it doesn't really matter what background you are in Australia. It's a very multicultural country, and it never affected my employment. What it gives you an advantage to work for me, it gave me an advantage. I could work in areas where there was Greek people and I could speak Greek. So that gave me an advantage, but it had no disadvantage. The only time you're disadvantaged is if your English language is not good. You must speak good English. So you can communicate. Yeah. Communicate well. Very important. So in terms of opportunities, I think if you're not in Australia, you really need to have all your examinations done, and really you got to have your visas ready because visas take so long to process, and it's very frustrating. So I think if you are in Australia and you've obviously got a visa, you've obviously done your examinations, then and if you're looking to get an internship, then you've got to think, what does the owners want? And where there's a shortage at the moment is regional towns and regional cities. So if you really want to get into the industry, you've got to be prepared to go to regional cities, I think. So because that's where the shortage is, that's where the need is. It'll be much harder in the metropolitan areas, I think. So that's the summary is. As long as your English language is good, as long as you've done and you've got all your credentials in order, including your visa, and whether you're a pharmacist or you need a year to be of an internship, if you are prepared to go to the areas where most established Australians are not prepared to go, then you'll get a job, and if you're interested in partnership or ownership, that a lot of owners are looking for partners in regional cities to look after the pharmacy and run it. So that's my initial thoughts. Is there anything else, Fan, that you'd like me to extrapolate on?
Uh, Thank you very much, Stan, for giving this information. What is expectation here in pharmacies or employers want? I just want you to elaborate when you say good communication is required, because what I understand from the colleagues sitting here, they think that, or they may understand that they have done the English test and that's it. Is that make a difference when you employing someone, or you want to have a communication skill test while you want them to work?
Yeah, while they're being interviewed, a good question, Fan. While they're being interviewed or by an owner of a business, the owner is thinking, how will my patients and customers relate to this pharmacist? Can they relate to them? And they'll also then be thinking, can my staff relate to them? So it's great to pass an exam and say, I speak English, but that's not communication. Communication is more than just knowing English. So it's knowing how to communicate, how to get a message across. It's knowing how to make people feel good. It's knowing how people speak in the communities. There's ways of speaking that makes people feel comfortable. And communication is another level. It's not just learning a language. I could go learn a language. It doesn't mean I'm a good communicator.
Yes, that's true. I had a discussion with some pharmacy owners during the Pharmacy Guild Forum, where a message given back to me that we hire someone from overseas, they have good English test results, but their communication was
Yeah. Sorry, it's cut out.
not matching and not. Yeah, what I'm saying that I'm just telling you the experience of couple of pharmacy owners from Tasmania, where they have hired an overseas pharmacist. During the interview, everything looks good. On the paper, the test results was fantastic. But when they performed, when they came, the amount of...
Sorry, you're cutting out, Fan. Hello? Is it me? Can you hear me, Haraya?
workload that came, they put up... Sorry.
Sorry,
maybe my
I couldn't
internet
hear
was...
a lot of it. Is it me cutting out, or you, Irfan, or...
It's cutting us all.
Okay, so my internet...
Call is getting, yes.
I'm not sure if it's a fan or myself cutting out. I couldn't hear what Irfan was saying.
I'll try to repeat again. I'm just saying that experience from a Tasmanian pharmacist saying that their overseas pharmacists struggle. Even we have checked them during the interview process, and the English test was satisfactory, but not satisfactory at the pharmacy level, and the English become dangerous for the patient because they could not understand and they could not communicate. That was the comment from a couple of pharmacy.
I've got a number in our group. We've had a number of. Can everyone hear me? Okay, Mohammed.
And
Yeah.
Sorry, can you hear me? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
That's good. That's good. We've had a number of pharmacists from overseas come into our group, and unfortunately, the success rate's like 50%. It's people are the other owners in our group. My partners look at it as a risk because they don't know what they're going to get. Everything is nicely presented, and then but when they arrive, they go, oh, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not suitable. So that everyone looks at it as a risky thing. It's not looked at favorably. It's looked at risky. So my suggestion would be, how do you reduce risk? How do you get people's confidence? There's got to be a better way to present, and it could just be, the pharmacist is in a pharmacy in whatever country they're in, and there's a video of them or something, or maybe there's a what's it called, a made up situation where someone's speaking to a patient in English and counseling, just so that the owner can see what they're like in real life as a video. It could be something like that. I don't know, but I think the general consensus is it's last resort to get somebody from overseas.
thank you. And what about their technical knowledge? How much you rate if overseas pharmacist is coming with some experience or with technical knowledge? Is that significant part, or is it more just irrelevant because they're coming from overseas? They need to learn everything here.
Normally they've got to learn here, so and they they'll spend a year, whatever, as an intern, and they'll learn everything. So I guess it's very important for them to learn quickly. Because it's a whole new system here, very new system. So it is important that they're quick learners. But the fact remains that we do need pharmacists in Australia. We are short, and we need them without a doubt. So it's how do they get trained up to slot in and have a high success rate and get a good reputation is the most important thing, I think. So I think there's got to be maybe some training missing, some training done before they come here.
That's right. So that's a very good point. Who are listening, Stan, he confirmed that we need pharmacists in this country. So
Absolutely.
There's no doubt. There shouldn't be any doubts that there's a saturation, there's a requirement already fulfilled now. But requirement is in regional part, as Stan said, and also we need more people with more knowledge, more communication skills, and training is, again, as you just said, as Stan just mentioned training, how important it is, because you have done the KAPS and leave everything on pharmacy owner that they will train you from A to Z. Obviously, that not a role that employer want to play. They want you to have a knowledge, at least some sort of basic knowledge, which you need to know what work you're coming for and what job you will be doing intern. So Stan, can you highlight a few things? I know that you may have experience with overseas pharmacists, what you expect for, because they don't have any PBS system there, they don't have any Medicare system there. So what do you want to say to them, that what things they can do while they're waiting for their arrival here, what they can do, what training they can do?
Yeah, I don't know, but I think it'd be great to have training while they're in their own country, and it'd be great if somebody could produce some videos of a pharmacist in an Australian pharmacy, and so they can see you know what they're doing when they're dispensing, what are the increasing scopes of practice, what are they doing within counselling, so that they can see how, it'd be nice to have, a good 1 hour, 1 or 2 hours of video of different situations, and then they could watch the video and go, wow, that's how pharmacy is in Australia. So then they get their head around it. Am I suitable? Can I do this? Should I go there? Because it is going to be different to the country they're in.
That's
So
right.
that somebody will need to develop a video, and it could just be a video where, all right, someone's dispensing, and as they're talking, all right, this is a system called Minfos, and here we're dispensing some amoxicillin, and we put a label, we do this, and then we then put it into this basket, and then when the patient comes, we hand it out, we counsel the, so there's lots of videos of what a pharmacist does, and some narrative explaining, that, somebody could be explaining the PBS and how it works, somebody else could be explaining about vaccinations, somebody, it's just, I think it'd be good to, and it could be 1 or 2 hours video where lots of training given overseas. Here's a video, watch this video for a couple of hours, and you'll see all the different roles and different situations the pharmacist is involved in, so you understand what it's like.
No, that's a very good point. I love to make videos, so I will try to work on this, and maybe I'll ask some friendly pharmacists to be with me, and we can make a series of videos on simple topics and what you just highlighted here.
And have a narrative. Either the pharmacist is talking as he's doing it, or somebody's narrating it and explaining what's happening.
And that I just asked this question, that many of overseas pharmacists are coming with some experience working in their country, and some of them are coming after graduating, and they did the KAPS exam, they did the English exam. Is there any difference that you or employers see from their employment hiring prospect? Either they have experience or no experience or less experience? So what is your understanding, or what do you suggest?
I don't know. I'm not that involved in the operations of the pharmacies to see overseas pharmacists and how they're progressing. So I'm not that involved. But what I do know is there seems to be a higher success rate in certain pharmacists' cultures, and I think it's because there's a similarity of culture to Australia. Like, for example, we've had Canadian, Irish, New Zealand, and they seem to succeed. I think because the country they're in is very similar, right? So they have a similar culture, similar role of the pharmacist, so that they seem to succeed a very high percentage. And also I've noticed in countries where English is taught in school, like Kenya, where it's a part of their, they seem to integrate better too, because they've had a lot of experience speaking English.
That's right.
So yeah, that's what I've noticed in terms of success rate. So I don't know what the answer is, but I do know that cultural alignment, knowing the language really well, being able to communicate, having similar environments does help somebody integrate easier. Yeah,
Just a comment for that. I know that countries like South Africa, countries like even Zimbabwe, and I would say Pakistan, we have English from school, like from school time, all the students are coming with English medium, like they study.
it's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Some Middle East countries where they do not use English as their prime or first language. They study Arabic throughout the graduation level. Over there, it will become a little bit tricky for them to be like customized with English. And so that's something which we have discussed with some pharmacy owners, and they have shown the experience as well. So I will just I know that we have discussed few points, and we will make the videos. I have one very enthusiastic person want to ask a question. She raised a hand. I'll just take that question, and you can answer that. Yes, Ria, you can unmute yourself, and if you like, you can answer that. You can question the question with Stan, please.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to add something to your query that, sir, there are different types of people. Few are very fast learner. They catch everything very quickly. And few are very slow learner. In terms of language, if you give them environment, such environment for about a month, it's enough for them to learn from all aspects. And if there are some people, they spend years in such areas and countries, but still they are confused about their languages. So it's all about their intellectual skills. It's not about their education, knowledge, or KAPS qualification or anything else.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it is, you're in generally the environment of a pharmacy in Australia is a busy environment. And because of the structure of the pharmaceutical benefit scheme and all the legislation and the restrictions where pharmacies can be, each pharmacy is quite a big business. It might have 10 staff, might have 20. So it's not just one person working in the pharmacy. They're not small pharmacies. Most pharmacies are medium-sized businesses. So therefore, the pharmacist has to be used to, being able to handle, 200 or 300 customers a day, handle 10 staff. And, it's quite generally a busy environment. So therefore, they have to be, like you said, intellectually sharp.
Very strong,
very strong to be able to learn and adapt really quickly, because if they don't, it sets up the pharmacy starts falling behind, the staff get stressed, the customers are waiting. So it's a very fast environment.
I have a solution. I have a solution to your problem. Sir, once a person will, if someone from overseas get a sponsorship, he have plenty of about a month to arrange to go to their country. So he can plan how to improve his English within that month. He can study, he can talk to people from that country, and after going there, he have few weeks to arrange or join the pharmacy. He can join before time as an observership or as just a volunteer, and he can talk to people over there, and he can go to the pharmacies, talk to the people. This will improve. I don't know, there are some people who don't get this thing, but in my case, it takes me about 2 to 3 weeks to adapt into a certain environment or to get to learn the language.
That's good. Yeah. So more a graduated program where they can integrate slowly, or have that month.
Just by talking to people of same natives, they can also easily learn what to.
I can't hear you cutting out.
Well, thank you, Huria, for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stan, for taking the answer that. I'll just see if anyone has any question. They can raise hand and ask the relevant question from Stan. Do you have any question other than?
Okay, let me mute myself. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us a chance to talk to him. Thank you so much.
How's your day, Stan?
Sorry, these pharmacists, are they all, which country are they from? Pakistan, are they? Or
most of them are from Pakistan.
Pakistan? Yep. Excellent.
mainly from Pakistan, and some are from India as well. Yes, I can see.
India, excellent. Yeah.
Not from anyone from Middle East, not from anyone from Africa. All of Pakistan, and some are in Australia. Some of them are in Australia. Some of them in Melbourne, and a couple of them are in Adelaide as well. Yes.
Fantastic. And the ones that are here, are they they've done their examinations, they've obviously got their visa. Are they just looking for a year for like an internship?
For internship and the work. And everyone sitting in this meeting is all those who've gone through that stage. No one is like without that qualification. I have
Right.
a group which we call elite group, which we have spent a lot of time, and they have learned quite a bit of what is actually required here in Australia. They have a good they have good LinkedIn profile. When they do training, they post on the training as well.
Yes.
A trend to me was also is giving a message on Independence Day of Pakistan. So everyone was very excited to see trend saying Independence Day for Pakistan. So everyone cheer that and highlight his and that's how they learn about Pharmacy Guild. Otherwise, sitting in overseas, they don't know what Pharmacy Guild does and what it does. So I just make those kind of connection with overseas after the KAPS exam. So if you ask any question, what does the role of Guild, what is the role of PSA, they will answer that straight away, because they are now gone through that pathway where they are nearly ready to work with what APRA provisional registration as well.
Excellent. That's good. And I take it many of them are willing to go to regional areas and
definitely.
That's good.
I start talking to overseas pharmacies in my any webinar or any face-to-face conversation. I start with the regional, because that's the end of the journey where they're starting the journey and they're finishing, and so that's the finished product they want to see. So they all understand the significance that pharmacists are required in regional. That's why Australia are giving those visas for overseas employment here.
Fantastic. And so so those that are pharmacists registered here, or those that are registered as interns, Sorry, I can't see you, Irfan. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Yeah. So for those that are registered as do you have many registered as pharmacists, or are they mainly registered to do their internship?
Yeah, at the moment in this group, no one is registered as a pharmacist.
Okay, so they're more looking for an internship.
Yes, they're all provisionally registered, mean that they are looking for that 1,570 hours to complete, which is like 12-month work, and they are happy to sign up with the employer if they give an opportunity to work at least 3 to 4 years, because everyone's saying that we are interested to work in regionals. There's no hesitation for them.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. And have any of them applied at our group or no?
Okay, there are a lot of them have been interviewed, and I think a couple of them have been secured position with some groups like Chemist Warehouse, and they've been granted the they put up the visa for them to come to Australia through the employer from Darwin, especially Darwin. There are a few employers who given that offer to them, especially Darwin. The remote area is a very unique area as well. Not local graduates go there. Even we have a university there, but even after completing their graduation, they don't want to work in Darwin. That's why there's a shortage of pharmacists in Darwin.
Oh, yeah, there is a shortage there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, I lived in Darwin for a year as well. My wife worked there in Stewart Park Pharmacy for a year, so I know how the weather is and how many crocodiles we have in Darwin.
That's good.
So there are 3 crocodiles available for one person, so we need to be cautious living in Darwin. But I spent a year. If I can do it, they can do it as well. No problem.
Good. No, it is. Darwin's beautiful. It's nice, warm. It's it's nice. You get lovely winters there.
Yes, and
so tell me, have anyone here applied at Star Pharmacy or no? Not yet.
That's what I don't know.
Because I'm not sure. I'm not involved in the. I've got a.
Have applied in Star Discount Chemist Group as a intern position. This is the question from the big boss.
So Mohammed's applied, has he? Or yeah.
Yes, looks like a thumbs coming from there. Someone say no. Okay. There are few saying yes, most of them saying no.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we have.
Yep, I think 10 of them, nearly 10 or 11 have said yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have, oh, that's good. So they've actually applied. Is it online? Is it? Is that how they've applied? Or yeah. Yeah. That's good. Okay.
They applied on the positions available. Yes, this is what the answer.
Yeah. It might be. So how many people are on this call here right now?
At the moment, we have 49, like me, excluding me and you, so 47.
47. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I was expecting 30, but we have 47. That's good.
Yeah.
10 are watching through our YouTube as well. So it's like 50 plus people.
Yeah. 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 Wow. Fantastic. So
You
there's
can
a
imagine they are like whole university sitting there for an employer to take them on board and give them an opportunity somewhere in region as well.
yeah. I'll give I don't know if this is helpful, but there's a lady in my office that reviews applicants, and maybe if I give you her email, and if people are interested, they can directly email her. Shall I? Do you want to say her name or send it to you?
Yes,
Sorry.
you can share the name and email.
Yeah.
I will share in the group so they know that.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lady, yeah, Leah, 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 and her surname is Lowe, Lowe. And the email address is leah.lowe. So leah.lowe at starpharmacy.com.au. So you could just email leah.lowe and just explain that you're looking for an internship, you're prepared to go into regional cities. We have many of our shops in Mount Gambier and Townsville and different places. So you could just say,
last year, Arena Hills hired one pharmacist from Zimbabwe when I introduced to your group.
So which pharmacy was that?
It was Arena Hills in Queensland.
Arana Hills.
Arena
Yeah. Yeah. I know we've also at Bribey Island.
Andrew came, and I wasn't aware that wife was also a pharmacist. So they got two pharmacists in one recruitment.
Ah, fantastic. That's good. So you maybe send Leah a personal email, and it's a little bit more personal than going online. You could actually say, hello, Leah. I was on online and Stan mentioned your name, and could I apply and be considered for an internship? And I'm happy to travel and work in regional areas. I'm also happy to commit to a period of time after that and support the business. So you could make it a little bit more personal. Yeah. The other suggestion I have is
LEAH.LOW at starpharmacy.com.au, right?
yeah, yeah. LEAH.LOWE at starpharmacy.com.au. Yeah. Yeah. So and the other thing I'd recommend is while people are in Australia,
yes,
why not do courses to improve communication skills? So there's a course I did a long time ago, and it's called Toastmasters.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. And I like Toastmasters because I got to improve my public speaking, but also there's 10 or 20 people and they give you honest feedback. And so you could ask the group, can you please give me honest feedback? Is my accent too strong? How do I change it? Do I sound like an Australian? Will I communicate well in a retail setting? Do you think I'll make a good pharmacist? So that group of people that are generally Australian people, they'll give you some good feedback. And I like Toastmasters. I did it for about at least a year. I'm pretty sure I did it for 1 year. So yeah.
Wonderful, because Toastmaster is available in Pakistan and India everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, they can easily find the club and join.
Yeah, yeah.
And while they're waiting for visa, it will actually polish their skills to a next level. Yes.
Yeah. I think it will, because you'll get honest feedback, because you don't want to go to an interview and you may have poor communication skills, but you don't know it.
Yes.
Right. So at least if you're in a group and you're speaking, you're practicing, they will tell you before you go to your interview that you don't sound like an Australian. You change your accent a bit, like they'll tell you what to do. So then you can practice it at home, and so I think it's a good thing to do Toastmasters or similar personal development courses.
Thank you for that. And can I ask, so there were two participants want to ask, or maybe there are few, okay. I'll just give this opportunity to Safdar. He can ask this question from you. Yeah, Safdar, you can unmute and
am I
say where you...
audible?
Yes, you are unable. You're audible, yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for arranging this insightful and informative session. Thank you, Mr. Stan. I want to ask one question regarding you have cleared earlier that the communication can be better by doing this course. This is you mentioned, I write it here. Toastmaster. So one of my question is answered. The other one I want to learn about that the learning environment in a pharmacy, especially for the overseas pharmacists who do not have that proper background of different software and different how an overseas pharmacist can learn better in that environment,
Yeah.
and how the learning environment work there for an overseas pharmacist especially. Thank you so much, sir.
I think it's a good question. I think with today's technology, and especially like, I know countries like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they're very IT savvy. They're very progressed with technology. So there must be a way where, there could be a computer set up in Australia with a Minfos program, Fred program, and somebody from Pakistan can dial in and practice. There must be. So
That's great idea, Stan.
yeah. There's got to be a way where they can be in Pakistan and they go, all right, how do you do a script? And let me practice on this program, on this program. So you can dial in. You should be able to have a decoy, a fake dispensing computer, and you can just practice and you can learn all the functions of the dispensary program.
Yes, they can learn about keys and the sign.
Yeah. Exactly. Original scripts, repeat scripts, and deferred scripts, and all that stuff. So you could just learn from while you're waiting and get some practice.
We can organize that in one of our less busy machine, or
Yeah.
okay. No,
So,
thank you for this.
yeah, I mean, I had a computer issue the other day, and somebody dialed in and they fixed it for me. I mean, these days you can dial in. You can just, anywhere in the world. Yeah.
And fix the things. Thank you. And I will take opportunity from Muhammad Tayyib about what is this question? Yes, Tayyib, you can ask, please.
Thank you, Irfan sir, for the opportunity. So we, as overseas pharmacists, as you mentioned, need to do a lot of courses. So we actually do a lot of courses as well, and we post it online as well. So the interview part is the second one where the communication is checked. The first part is getting selected or shortlisted for the interview. So is there any recommendation that you would say that would help us to get shortlisted in our CVs and get into the interview? And that's something very important for us as overseas pharmacists.
Yeah. It's a strange situation because you've got a shortage of labor, and then you've got certain standards that people want in their pharmacy. So it's when those two meet that when the standards, and I don't mean you've got low standards. I mean different standards. When the standards of communication that merge with the need, then you have a job. So you've got to. So I don't know the answer to that other than lots of practice. Like, for example, if I was in Toastmasters and I did a talk, I would ask everyone, how did I sound? Give me a rating out of 10. And if someone says 4 out of 10, go, oh my God, why? And they go, oh, you're speaking too quick. I can't understand you. Your accent's too strong. And whatever. Like, so you gotta get feedback. It's great to do courses, but what's your feedback? Who's giving you feedback about how you're going? So it's got to be, whatever you're doing has got to be live. It's got to be with people, and they've got to be giving you feedback. I always say, give me, whatever I want to do, give me a rating out of 10. How am I going? And unless you're 8, 9, or 10 out of 10, you're not going to get through. You're not going to get through if you're a 5 out of 10, but you think you're an 8, right? So you've got to get people telling you, that's fantastic. You're definitely an 8 out of 10, right? So I don't know if that helps, but it's really important to learn, to do, and to be critiqued and rated so that you know how you're going.
So basically, what I wanted to clarify was related to the resume. So what could we put in our resumes, or how would we design it that would attract the employer in the first place to interview us?
I think, again, these days we should always be using technology more. I've myself, I have a personal assistant. Over the years, and I'm in Adelaide, and I'm hiring people from Adelaide. I usually don't even meet them initially. I just they just do a video for me, and and they talk to me on a video, and like a link, a little video, like a YouTube, and I first listen to them on that. Then I decide whether I'll have an interview with them. And on the YouTube that they make, which was about 3 or 4 minutes, they explain a little bit about themselves. They explain what they're good at, their experience, how they can help me, etc. So I don't know if you do that with your resume, if you have a link to a YouTube video where people can see you, listen to you, and then make a decision that they want to interview you.
Stan,
And
I'd
I
like to just mention that everyone sitting here, they are now quite good in doing that conversation on video and sending that to their respective employer and communication, because in that
yeah.
that was there. So that's a change that I have actually initiated last year, and everyone took some time to understand what is actually why this video thing is required, and then everyone tried to understand. And now you have endorsed this thing that you like to see someone first before even talking to them. But I think Mohammed Tayyib is actually asking that first we're sending a CV on application. What type of CV that really makes a difference for you to say, I want to see the person video? Is it a one-pager in CV, or is it 2-page? What do you want to see on that first lines that it make you or your team think that, oh, this person can be handy?
I'm not involved myself in hiring people from overseas, but I'm trying to think if I was.
If you're local, what is it? Just a reference that matters first for hiring purpose, or what is the significant importance in the CV that
Yeah. I think look, I do think, firstly, when you're producing your YouTube video, who critiques it? Has somebody, an Australian with an Australian accent, an Australian life, looked at it and given you a critique, right? Because if you haven't been critiqued by an actual Aussie, you may think you're good, but you might not be, right? So you've got to have it critiqued by an Aussie, not even by me, by a real Aussie, right? Somebody's born in Australia, is Australian, is like, someone like that should be critiquing your video and telling you, mate, I like it, mate, this is rubbish, right? So you've got to have an Aussie look at it, because ultimately when you go to regional locations, the owners are Aussies, right? So you've got to learn to relate to them. So that's the sort of person you need a critique from, right? It can't be from you, a fan. It's got to be from an Aussie, right? So that's number one. Number two, I think, wouldn't it be great if as I mentioned right at the beginning, the biggest fear people have is this is going to be a failure, right? It's not going to work out. Like they appear great, they've written a nice resume, and they come to Australia, got all this trouble, and then it doesn't work, right? That's the biggest fear. I hear it all the time. So it would be good if there was some sort of system that's reputable, that sort of gives a stamp of approval, right? I don't know what that is, but some way where, hey, you know, whether it's the guild or whether there's some sort of credentials where people have actually interviewed you with that have a really strong reputation. Could be pharmacy guild, could be pharmacy society, whatever it is, and they then say, right, we've talked to this person, tested them, studied them, and we believe they're going to be very good. Right, so that will be great. So it's like a credential. It's a bit like you see in Australia food, and it has a stamp, and it has this is heart healthy. It's been approved by the Heart Foundation, and so you know straight away. Oh, right, the Heart Foundation says it's good, must be okay, right? So what you've got to think is a lot of owners see this as last resort and risky. Right. So that's how they see it. So you need to, how do you take away that fear? How do you take away that apprehension? Right. So does that help a little bit, Afan?
Yes, I think you make my job easy because you know that all of my students say that, Irfan, can I have your name on my resume? I always say it doesn't make any impact on any employer because they can see that you have not worked with me. But initially I was saying no, but people get upset with me.
Yeah, no.
Then I say yes. But
Yeah.
it doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make a difference. And the reason it doesn't is because you need some organization to approve, not a person, right? You need an organization that everyone knows. It's the pharmacy guild approves of this person, or PSA, or whatever, some organization that everybody knows. I think that would be fantastic. If an organization can give somebody endorsement, right? That would help a lot, I think. But it's not easy for you all. It's not easy, and it's not easy for the owners here. So because they're running a business and they need to make a decision, and is this person going to help me, or is this going to be a disaster? You know, they don't know. That's how they think. That's how they think.
Very good. Thank you for this clarity that either that candidate can be useful or can be a disaster. So that's the line that you need to cross that line as a pharmacist coming from overseas. I mean, this is a beautiful thing which you just mentioned, and I guess everyone got the message of this communication skill. You need to be criticized, or you need to be credential should be checked by an Australian institute, either an Aussie person or the institute that I have introduced. Stan, I have introduced one company called Speaker Institute of Australia. So they run some programs online and face-to-face as well. And some members have attended their online workshops. They tell you how to communicate effectively in Australia.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. So there are a few sessions. Some have attended. So I will just ask. There were a couple of questions more. Mohsen, you are next in the queue. If you please ask the question. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for Hashmi.
You're welcome.
And, thank you, sir, Stan. I would like to ask a couple of questions. One has been cleared already. The next question is what an employer want in an intern pharmacist in Australia? What are the key skills an employer wants in an intern pharmacist? And the second, is there an opportunity for the offshore pharmacist to come to Australia or to be sponsored there? Is there any opportunity?
I mean, we've actually sponsored pharmacists in the past, but I mean, I'm not involved in that in my offices. You can speak to Leah, but yeah, it has to we have to feel that this person is going to be great value to the business, because pharmacies are very expensive businesses. Every pharmacist owner borrows a lot of money, many millions, to buy a business. So he or she needs to have very good staff to be able to protect that investment. And so, like I said, we've sponsored people in the past. Generally, you only sponsor someone that you know is going to be guaranteed to be good. So, for example, we've sponsored in the past students in the university here who were students and wanted to become interns and stay here as pharmacists and eventually get a visa, because we could see they had great, they worked a little bit in the pharmacy as students, and they had great English speaking skills, great customer skills. So we knew there was very low risk. So it's all about risk. Sponsoring happens all the time. Everyone's, so for example, if I can say, Mohsin, you referred to me as Sir Stan. We don't speak like that in Australia.
Okay,
We
sir.
speak as, hey, mate, Stan.
Oh, okay, sir.
This is where you got to get it right, because if you're not speaking like an Australian, you're speaking like someone overseas, right? And people pick up on that when they interview you, right? So they know that you're not sound like an Australian. Yeah, I can sort of work out what you're saying, but you don't sound Australian, right? And straight away they go, no, won't work. Does it make sense?
Yes, no, sir.
So you've
Of
got to
course.
get you've got to get your communication right.
We should use with the Australian slangs, as you know, sir.
Well, yeah, the word, it's just learning how to speak. It's not just slang, but it's learning how to speak. We don't say to anyone, Sir Stan or Sir Peter or Sir John. We don't say that. That's not part of our language. And so straight away, you got to delete that when you're in Australia, because it's not part of the language.
That's right.
Right.
Yes,
So does it make sense?
I
This is
have
where,
yes, that's very true. Everyone in Pakistan, because there's a teaching system, there's a British system of education. So just for any teacher, they say sir. So if they come to Australia, they will call you Sir Stan, and then you're going to look at him. Oh, I'm not sir. I'm not Lord.
Yeah. It's true. It's not in Australia. We don't have that language, so this is why it's so important to be critiqued, and not just learn the language, but speak it and be critiqued by somebody from Australia, so that you know how to speak. Yeah, because that's critical. When you're speaking, you are being at that moment judged. Yes, do I want this person? Do I not? And that's the truth. Yeah.
I did one event just last week, and we invited some volunteers, like some pharmacists who are already in Australia. And I asked them to come and spend some time with me. And we were with one of the local MP in Modbury, Olivia Sava. And that girl, that female pharmacist, was talking to me and she was continually saying, Sir Irfan, Sir Irfan. And Olivia was looking at me like this. And she gave a smile. And I just said to her, look, she's from Pakistan. Over there, they call sir as a respect. And
that's right.
She was not picking that point. I know that because she's an Aussie young girl, and she was not picking up that point that why this female pharmacist continually saying Sir Irfan, Sir Irfan.
Yeah.
Is it is something different? So this is what Stan is trying to say.
Yeah. So
of course,
so if you're being interviewed, and the owner will go, well, if this person speaks like this to my customers, I may annoy them, right? They're going to annoy my customers. So where you doing it out of respect and kindness, they're seeing it as, this is going to annoy my customers now. So this is why it's so important to get communication right.
Beautiful, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for
giving this
You're welcome.
tiny little thing, but it's very, very important. So I'll ask Sambreen next. You have a raised hand. Next one. Please ask your question, and thank you.
Yeah, hello, Stan and Fan.
Sambreen, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I have a question apart from CV and internship. Okay, so my question is that I was just learning about your background. So I came to know that you are a co-founder and director of Soul Results, and you are NLP trainer as well, and you are also an author as well. You have wrote many books. So I want to ask that what motivates you to do all these things apart from being a pharmacist or the director of the pharmacy?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think as you grow in life, and I created great success, and great success brings income, brings freedom with time. Then I pursued things that I really like and enjoy. So and I think if you're busy working, you don't have time for these things. But once you become financially free, you then can do other things, which is what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you are a gold medalist. You are a recipient of a gold medal, most outstanding student of the year.
In
Yeah.
the pharmacy school. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
Good.
I was the
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I was the gold medalist in the pharmacy school, and I also got the gold medal in the whole university, which is thousands of students.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just worked hard. I've always been a hard worker, and even now I work hard. I enjoy working. I run the pharmacies. I do properties. I do Sol results. I'm now going to buy another business as well. So outside different business. So I do enjoy working hard. It's just enjoyment. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, but I think
I like to read your book and have your book when I'm going to come to Australia. I think your
absolutely.
one of the book is Words of Impression.
Words of inspiration. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Just contact our office and when you're in Adelaide, definitely.
Sure, definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, Nimra, Hamid, your turn, please.
Hello, hello,
Hi.
Stan and
Hello,
Irfan.
Nimra.
Hello. First of all, this is my first webinar, and first of all, I would like to acknowledge you, Irfan, that you're doing a wonderful job for overseas pharmacists, not just in Pakistan, but I think overall around the globe. And thank you very much for that, and thank you very much,
I
Stan.
think a fan should get that acknowledgement, not me. I'm just a guest. But I think a fan's doing a wonderful job. Yeah.
I'm addressing him only. And thank you very much, Stan, for taking out time for this webinar. I'm actually going to ask this question on behalf of my husband because he's currently at his workplace and he had to leave the webinar in between. So currently, I'm also a pharmacist and I plan to give KAPS in the future, but my husband has already passed his KAPS exam and he's currently working in United Kingdom, Scotland, in a community pharmacy as a pharmacy assistant. So he does have hands-on experience of how the community pharmacy works in a first world country, and he sort of, communicates with the patients every day in the English language as well. And he's quite familiar with how things work. So how do you see prospects of such a candidate when he applies to different pharmacies in Australia? How do you see as owner of pharmacy prospect of such a candidate who already has such a hands-on experience, is currently on his work visa, and he's planning to move to Australia as he has passed his KAPS recently in July? Thank you.
He would have, that's a good question. He would have very high, if he has experience in a pharmacy in England, and there is a reference from that owner, that I think he would have a very high probability of getting a job in an internship in Australia, very high, because he's already worked, adapted, and proven himself in a Western system. So I think he'd be very well regarded. Yeah. But he must get a reference from that pharmacist owner, or an honest reference. Yeah.
I think he definitely will, because his manager is quite happy with his performance. But we see our future long term in Australia, because I also plan to give KAPS or OPRA in future. I'm working currently here in Novo Nordisk, Pakistan. So thank you very much, Stan, for your answer, and it has quite encouraged me, and I'll convey this to him. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for asking the question. Aisha Aslam.
I think, Fan, I would just say it's all about reducing risk for the owner here. It's all about reducing risk. And what Nimra has said is, if her husband can say, here you are, I'm reducing your risk. I have a reference. I've worked in England. I've been a pharmacy assistant here. I've been involved in great communication and retail, and I can work in a busy environment. And my boss says I'm great. You're 90%. You're 90%. So in terms of getting a serious interview.
No, thank you. I know that reference is very, very important in Australia for your job and your previous experience endorsed by your current employer. That's significantly important. Doesn't matter if you are coming from England. Even employers like to have a reference check, and that make a lot of job easy for the new pharmacy to take them.
Can I just mention, Fan, I remember when I finished pharmacy school. Now, I've been born here. Yes. I was the most brilliant student in the uni, And I still went around to owners and offered to work for free. I used to go, because when I got out, there was too many pharmacists, right? There wasn't a shortage. So, and I just offered to go in the evenings and work for nothing with people to help them in their shop. And that eventually I got a job. So I don't know if we can, I'm not sure if we can do that legally here, Fan. I don't know. But that's what I did. I actually took all the risk out. There was too many pharmacists. So I just said, look, I'll come and work for free. I'll help you at night. I'll come a couple of nights a week, and I'll just help you out. And then you make a decision if you like me, right? So I took the risk away from the owners, and then developed a good reputation. And eventually, I got work. Yeah. So that's another thing that I did, even though I was born here.
That's right. And even if you're going for that shift where you're not getting paid, you show that you are best version of yourself, and be on time, be like as if you are working for that organization, and show that your interest and passion for the work, that actually may inspire them, may think that, oh, this person is good. Maybe future, if we need some position, because he has seen the system and we have seen him. And Stan, I do offer 1 week or 2 week observership in my pharmacies for overseas pharmacists. If they are good, they learn and they get jobs elsewhere, just because of that environment they have gone through, from like 35 hours in a week or 70 hours in fortnight, and do some training. And last month I gave an opportunity to for a pharmacist. She came from Brazil, and so I gave her some tasks that she need to do some training and some observership for 2 weeks. And she just informed me yesterday, Irfan, I got a job at full time.
Fantastic.
And she hasn't passed the KAPS exam yet, but she got a job at the pharmacy dispensary tech, because
Amazing.
She learned all the things, which how we serve, how the dispensary system work. She was very good in learning, and she was making notes every day, and that's actually make her ready for other employers. And it's so simple.
I believe there's always a way if you're truly committed. There's always a way, but you've got to be very committed, and you've got to find a way. And it's all about, how do I take the risk away from the owner? How do I sell myself? How do I do a good job? And it's just a sales process. So you got to know, you got to be keen.
That's true. Yep, Aisha, if you please unmute yourself and ask your question. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
Aisha.
evening, sir.
Good evening, Aisha.
Yeah, sir, first of all, we are thankful to you because you give us your time, particularly, it is much more precious. And we are very excited for this webinar also. Sir, my question is that even though we are improving our communication skills, we are doing the CPT courses, and we are also committed to work in regional areas for, long term. Particularly, I am talking about myself. But when I apply for jobs, why the recruiter always asks me to having the working rights? So, sir, kindly tell us how we can improve the chances to get a sponsorship from these regional areas. Any guidelines, sir?
Now this is interesting, because I'll just be honest. I didn't understand much of what you said. I tried to understand, but I only picked up a few words. So do you want to say it again slower?
Yes, sir. Sir,
don't call Stan a sir. We already discussed that. I think
just say Stan.
Yes, just say Stan.
Yeah, and talk slower so I can understand what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I'm asking and give us guidelines. So how we can successfully hunt the sponsorship in regional areas of Australia? Because I am working a lot, and the recruiter always asks for working rights. So, sir, we are offshore. So this is the difficult point for us. So, sir,
Irfan, can you help me? Is something about successful sponsorship?
Yep.
Help us.
She's saying that she's trying quite a many recruitment companies, and they're saying that because you don't have working rights, so that's one reason they can't recruit her. She's asking
what's that, working rights?
right, like she doesn't have a work visa at the moment.
Okay.
Wait to get the visa. Is there
Yeah.
any other way that an employer can employ her in region? This is probably her question is.
Okay. It's very when I speak to people who, in our pharmacies that are partners, they work there, they looking for staff, they often say that if somebody hasn't got a visa, they're not interested. It's too hard. Because they've tried getting people that don't have a visa and try to help them get a visa, and it just takes too long. It's inefficient. The system is inefficient. It's not a problem with the person, it's just a problem with the system. So they only generally want somebody that already has a visa, right? Yeah, it's just the system is so inefficient. I'm not sure, but I think because the government is trying to manage the number of people coming into the country, they've just made it maybe more difficult. I don't know. But I don't know the answer to that. But
Housing
generally,
prices as well. I know that there are not many houses available for living for people. That's another thing which we need to understand. But eventually, we know that regional places like regional remote areas, we struggle to have pharmacists. But again, there are a few other things which pharmacy owner doesn't want to be involved in visa for because they're quite busy in their work and there's extra cost involved in hiring a company for the visa purpose. I think there are a few different reasons. I would say.
It's very it's nice for the government to say try this and you'll get a visa and you bring somebody, but when you do the reality, it just takes so long and it's just a very frustrating process. So a lot of owners don't want to go down that track. But I mean, we've had people that we sponsor with a visa, but they're already in Australia and they need to get a sponsorship or extension. They might have been a student, they want to become get a working visa. So we've done that because it's a lot easier if it's already here.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Aisha.
You're welcome.
And we have one person from Sydney, Anusha Shafi.
Hello. Hello, Stan. Hello, Sarhan.
That's good. She said, hello, Stan. That's good.
Glad you like it. Actually, I just want to appreciate the thing you mentioned earlier, that you were unpaid for like work replacement, as I'm currently in Sydney and I was trying for 3 months so hard that I got the intern position over here. Because I have my provisional registration in hand, but my only luck over here is like I don't have any previous community experience. I work in industrial site in Pakistan, but not in the community sector. So here it becomes a bit difficult for me to gain things related to the community pharmacy and the customer related, but I continuously applied, and then I got offer or interview call from a pharmacy. I attend many interviews here, like face-to-face sessions with employers, and they just gave me a chance to work like unpaid or like a work replacement for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was unpaid. So I just was like, I'm okay. I can do it. So it will bring more things to me. I will be like more familiar with the customers. And it's just related to your story. So I was able to like mention it. And then now, yesterday, I got a call that I'm getting a confirmed intern position there from the 1st of September. So
congratulations.
that is the thing. Without experience, I just tried my best to get in the Australian culture, get in the Australian environment of the pharmacy. I learned the things very quickly. So he was like that he was able to give me a part-time position right now. So that is the thing we have to do. To gain something, we have to start like unpaid or by doing everything we have to in the pharmacy.
Absolutely.
thanks for the intense information you have provided in this webinar. That is very informative and will help me throughout my internship journey. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And
I could understand everything you said. I could understand everything. So you've obviously, how long have you been in Sydney?
Yeah.
How
it's like 4 months. Yeah.
Great. Well, you speak, I can still tell you've got an accent, but I could understand that really well. So you'll be very, very good in a retail setting because I can understand you really well. So, so that's good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stan. Thank you.
Thank you, Stan, for acknowledging her way of communication. That's quite a big booster for her, I guess.
Yeah.
And next one is Samin Zia from Pakistan.
Hello, Stan. Thanks for your precious time and giving us valuable information about the Australian job market. So I basically want to ask you that when we go towards any software, for instance, we go to seek.com or Indeed, we have like 4 to 5 questions at the end when we are applying for a job. So usually like out of, you can say the rating which we get or the marks we get, it is that from 2 points we are lacking in that. First is the dispensing software and the other one is the working rights. So although we have done some tutorials relevant to the dispensing softwares, so how we can mask such lackings in our CV if like we don't have working rights and dispensing softwares? I mean, how we can stand out in this situation? Because these two things are beyond our control. We cannot do them right now.
So dispensing software, as we mentioned earlier, maybe there's a remote method you can train from, I think that will help. It's all about training and spending. It normally takes, I speak to pharmacists, probably about 2 to 3 weeks of solid daily dispensing to learn a dispensing program really well. So it doesn't happen in one day, or it's 2 or 3 weeks. That's 80 to 120 hours. So you need a lot of time to learn something and become very good at it. And the other one was working rights, was it? What's working rights? That's
I mean, any particular visa which we need to have to come to Australia, or we are already onshore. So the problem is that we can enhance our skills, we can get some trainings, but these 2 points which are beyond our control, I mean, we cannot decide by ourselves to be somewhere. So that's what we are lacking apart from the others.
Yeah. I don't know. Irfan, do you have any ideas of how to improve?
That's like filtering applicant, whether are they in Australia. If they are in Australia, that means they have a working rights. If they are not in Australia, obviously there's no way that one can say they have a working right. So the point from Samin could be that when they're applying for online positions, like the online process application, they got stuck in the end because they cannot even submit their application because of that last question. Is that your point, Samin, I guess?
Yes, sir. This is the point. For instance, like when we apply to a particular job, we have 4 to 5 prerequisites for that job.
Fulfill that, and they get stuck.
When we fill it, it has some asterisk sign that this is a requirement, and we are stuck at that position. Although we have done a lot of trainings, which we have discussed in our previous webinars and all that, but these 2 things, like they are beyond our control. We have done
if application process that online form can be friendly for overseas pharmacists, that they can even submit their application. This is what
exactly. This is my point. Thank you for conveying the message.
I think there was a voice not clear, breaking, but but her request is that if there is a way that online submission of that applicant can application can be open for overseas pharmacists as well. I think that's the request.
I don't know the answer to that one because once again you've got to put yourself in the shoes of the employer and what they're looking for. What you're looking for is, how do I get past this and get in?
Yes.
But really, you've got to look at it from the employer's point of view, what they're looking for, because this is the way an employer thinks. If I'm going to get somebody from overseas, right, I would rather go Canada, England, whatever, New Zealand. It's easier, right? Easier, but if there's someone in Australia and they're from Pakistan and they've got their they've done their training, they've got their visa, or they're very good at communication, they're quick learners, they've got a great attitude, maybe they've done some free work somewhere and there's a good report, then that's lower risk for me. Much lower risk. So you just gotta, I think it's like you gotta always put yourself in the shoes of the employer. How are they thinking? And like my late father, a lot of people want to come to Australia. A lot. If the government allowed it, we would have double, triple the amount or more coming to Australia. Everybody wants to come to Australia, right? It's the land of milk and honey. So what we got is a country that's in such high demand, and we haven't got enough houses for people to live in. But we haven't got enough people to work here. So it's a ridiculous situation. We need people, but we don't have enough housing. So the government's got to control who comes here. So there's all sorts of these things happening. But my late dad, he came to Australia in 1958 and he wanted to come here. And back then it was, he was on the Navy and he just jumped off the ship and ran and became a refugee. And then eventually he found a way to get his what's called visa, whatever, and then he lived here the rest of his life. So this is the desperation some people have to try and get here. So I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that sometimes I've seen people that have come from other countries and they've got into the country in a different way. Right? They found, I don't know, they allow people to come here and work on the farms, maybe, I don't know, I'm saying. And then from there, they go and find a way to become pharmacists. So I don't know what the answer is. It's but you've got to always put yourself in the shoes of the employer, and they want to make their life as easy as possible. Right, and that's what they want to hire. So I think is there many of these pharmacists already in Australia, Irfan? They're already here? Would be half or more than half, or
not half, not even half, only few.
Only a few, yeah. They've got it much easier. They should be. If I was them, all I would do is join Toastmasters, improve my communication, and learn how to be fantastic at speaking Australian, and they'll get a job. So that's what I'd be doing if I was already in Australia. I'd make sure that I can communicate really well, and I've got a good attitude, and I'll go and offer myself to do some free work, and I guarantee you, like that other young lady before, you will get a job, right?
Yes. Well, that's very beautiful.
Yeah. So the ones that are overseas, it's not as easy, but it's not impossible. But it's not easy. So you got to keep persisting, and that's why I think there's got to be some, online remote computer training. There's got to be some sort of critiquing of communication that's real from an Australian. There's got to be there's got to be a little bit more, maybe some ways of giving people credentials. They've been this organization has thoroughly interviewed them, and they think that'd be a great candidate. So I think there's got to be a lot more help for people that are not in Australia.
That's right. And Stan, how are you going with the time? Please let me know.
I've got to go soon because we got to go for dinner. Maybe 5 more minutes, if that's okay. Yeah.
I'll just quickly take 2 questions. Mevish, you can ask your question from Dubai. Yep.
Hi, Stan. Hi, Irfan. How are you?
Very well.
Hi, good, thank you.
I just have some quick questions. I will not take your more time. So I just want to ask you regarding some pharmacists, because I know there are some pharmacists which are really well experienced. They have more than 8-year experience in community pharmacy. and they have good experience, they have good knowledge, they have good skills, they are very cooperative, giving extra time already in their company. So I know some pharmacists who are interviewed already, and I got 2 interview calls and especially sent them videos, interview, like 2-minute videos. So there are some employers, they ask me that they will schedule interview for me, and then after that, they didn't do anything. So, and I know some pharmacists, they interviewed, there is still, this legal consultation, like they were interviewed with the legal immigration lawyers also, but after that, nothing happened. They were just postponed or they were just delayed or something. So I just want to ask you, what are the factors which are actually delaying these processes? Like why they are just saying us no after that, after arranging interviews, after doing everything, and then suddenly they are just disappeared. So I don't know what are the factors. Is there any communication factor, environment, culture, or experience? I really don't know about that. So I just want to know about it.
I don't know the answer, but you've got to, when somebody's interviewing, they're interviewing other people as well. So, and for some reason, they found somebody else that suited their, they perceive it as less risk, more certainty. I don't know the answer, but most employers are all about how do I reduce my risk and increase my success, and you've got to understand overseas you are seen as high risk, right? You've got to understand that. It's really important. You are the riskiest of all pharmacists, right? Overseas, right? So that's the way employers look at it, right? So someone like Irfan does a great job helping people to reduce that, improve their chances, and then talk to employers, reduce the risk in their mind. So it's a risk benefit. So for example, if you were interviewed and then at the same time somebody interviewed a Pakistani pharmacist who is in Australia, they're going to go for the one in Australia, guaranteed. Like even if you're better, they're still going to go here because it's less risky, right? So so I don't know the answer, but if I was in Pakistan wanting to become a pharmacist and work in Australia, I would be a bit more. Yes, I would go down the channel of what you're doing at the moment, but I would also see if I can find another way to come into Australia. Is there another way? Yeah, is there an easier way, another method that where people, I don't know the immigration laws or the intakes or whatever, but is there another way that I can come here? I've got a business partner from Iran, and he escaped Iran on the run with his uncle. He somehow got across the world, ended up in Australia. I don't know how he got his visa, and then he went to university here, became a pharmacist, and now he's an owner and is partner with me. So I've seen people. I know another man that came from, I think he might have been Iran as well. He was a dentist. He wasn't even a pharmacist, and he came here. He had a wife, he had a baby, and then he worked at night at the restaurant, and then university for 4 years to become a pharmacist. And now he's a pharmacist and he's a partner of mine. But he came here and he couldn't even use his dentist degree. So he started working at night in the restaurants, washing dishes and cleaning, so he could support himself to go to university here. So I know people that have found a way. It's just you've got to question if you're doing something and it works, great. But if you're doing something and it doesn't work, you got to keep changing. You can't keep doing the same thing because it's not going to work, right? So you got to change. I don't know what that is, but you got to keep changing. Right? So until you find a way.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answer.
That's okay.
Thank you. Stan, do you have time to take one more question? Or
we'll do one more, then I better run. Yeah.
Shamla from Melbourne, I guess. Are you from Melbourne?
Yes, sir. I'm from Melbourne.
Sure.
Hi, Irfan, and hi, Stan. Hi, I'm here in
Hi,
Melbourne.
how are you going?
Yeah, I'm good. and I have completed my KAPS, and I was professionally registered with APRA and looking for the intern positions. So it was a really good, helpful session. The thing is, when I went to chemist or the pharmacies with my resume, when I did walk-ins, there was I haven't got any positive response. I don't know whether the manager has received or not with my CV. They have seen my CV or not. The thing is, I really agree with you when practicing in the pharmacy for free to get the knowledge of the pharmacy. But thing is, does the pharmacy owners really look up to us to give such kind of thing? Do they trust us? How to ensure that we are here so that I can just get my skills out, and I will further help. I will be further helpful in the community pharmacy.
You're asking how do they trust you? Is that right?
Yes, trust. How can they assure? How can they assure us? How
You
can
mean
they assure us
how
to
they
get
can
it?
allow you to work for free? Is that you saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does they
How
allow us for
I
free?
know
Yeah.
some pharmacy owners are not even open for that. I know that.
Yes, because I have already done even that, but there was no positive response from them.
Yeah.
So
I know. If somebody randomly the way I worked for free is I knew someone that knew the owner, so it was a trust relationship. So I think there needs to be a link somewhere.
some kind of connections, right?
Yeah, connection. Yeah, there needs to be a connection because otherwise they don't know you. So immediately you got to think like an owner. He's got a pharmacy. It's a very big asset, a very expensive asset. He's got drugs. He's got legal requirements. He doesn't want to take a risk. But if there's a link, whether like for example, if you were in Adelaide, then a fan will be your reference to somebody, and then you have somebody like a fan would endorse you to somebody, and then they would know that hey, a fan is Adelaide, he owns pharmacies, we trust him. But they don't trust you; they trust a fan. You see, and then they trust you later after. So generally, to do a free stint in a pharmacy, you need a link with somebody, a connection.
But I'm really unlucky in that because I don't have any connections here in Melbourne, except Irfan, because I'm just following him from few months. Yeah, I'm really unlucky in that matter, but I will sure try to make some connections.
Yeah. My recommendation is maybe you can go to places where there are pharmacists, like PSA, the Pharmaceutical Society of Australia, PSA get-togethers where they have education forums or
conferences, like events or conferences that you're saying.
Yeah.
There's a big conference happening in Sydney. So I was saying to one of the lady, she was here. I said, go and just go and attend and make sure you introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Build your connection.
Yeah, absolutely, and get some cards, a business card, and just give them out. Say hello to people, and just it's just a numbers game. If you give out 100, you get one or two that will say, yeah, come down.
Sure. Then I will surely do that.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't have a fear of failure. It's just a numbers game. You just got to make sure you're in the right environment and letting everybody know.
Thank you, Stan, for this valuable point that you just said. And I know that Tony Robbins is one common passion that I discovered when I met you face to face, and that's
fantastic.
Thank you. And let's say thank you to Stan before he goes for his dinner.
Keep up the great work, Ofan. That's wonderful what you're doing, and hello to everyone. I hope that some of the things I shared are helpful, and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining this session. It was highly valuable, and I have not seen such value in any of my webinars, such experience. Thank you for Stan to be staying with us for a long 1.5 hour session. I was not expecting. I just request him to do half an hour session, and it gone to 1.5 hours. That's so good. Any comments before we finished?
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us a chance to talk to him.
Is it Huria?
Yes, sir. You recognize my voice.
Yes, I can recognize your voice because now you're using that visual and no Harry Potter backgrounds.
Or maybe I talk a lot, that's why.
No, that's all right. And those who have not asked the question, I guess they may have some question in their mind. They've been already answered by Mr. Stan. And let's work on this task that he has given to you. Join Toastmasters. So who's joining Toastmasters?
I am joining, sir, inshallah.
Like how many hands? I can see. I can see.
Toastmasters for what?
Sorry,
Sir, I also searched as Toastmasters. People meet every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. in Karachi.
कौन बात कर रहा है? मैं देख नहीं पा रहा हूँ. Who is talking about?
Kuratullah.
Okay. So what you saying? Can you please repeat?
Sir, I searched during the session about Toastmasters. The peoples are meeting at every Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. at Beach Luxury Club, Karachi.
Okay.
We can join as a guest. Inshallah, I will join on coming next Wednesday.
Join and see and what Stan said. Get a get them criticize you. Get them tell you what is the expectation. Just tell them, look, you want to be an Australian pharmacist. How do they rate for you? Make them your judge.
Yeah.
Make them your examiner.
Yeah, inshallah.
Isn't it? And he asked about the training. He asked about lowering the risk. So whoever is in Australia, they understand that how employer think about giving a opportunity to work for observership or free. That's another task which we think or you think may be easy, but it's not easy for them to give it to you.
Yes. We also
what's the best way to connect with you? Is it LinkedIn or through email, or what do you prefer? I'm Nimra.
Okay, Nimra. Yes, I have lots of social media. I'm a podcaster. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on YouTube, and I'm a TikToker. My daughter says my dad is a TikToker pharmacist, so I'm everywhere. Yes, but
No,
LinkedIn.
I mean, well, which platform do you prefer if one wants to talk to you on a personal level?
WhatsApp is the easiest way.
Okay.
I don't like
And
emails, but WhatsApp is easy way.
how do I get your WhatsApp number?
Okay, I normally give my group link, which I can give here, and you can connect. So how did you find the Zoom link today if you are not in my groups? What did you find from LinkedIn or?
I do follow you on LinkedIn. I found out
LinkedIn.
about this. Yeah, LinkedIn.
Share on the LinkedIn here. Okay. Yeah, I'll just find that. Any more comments, or can anyone write some points today, what we have discussed? Like minutes of meeting. Anusha saying, don't call sir, stand. Aussie thing. Yes. And I was messaging Anusha, slow down, you're talking so quick. So, and Aisha, you got a straight response from an Aussie guy, so you need to work on simple things. And Aisha, you there or you left?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
You're here, okay.
Yes.
You need to join Toastmaster as soon as possible. Do you know what is Toastmaster look like and how you find Toastmaster?
Yes, sir. I will actually. This is first time I heard I will search about it. And one guy told for.
Yes, Toastmaster is a worldwide organization which improve your communication skills.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Inshallah.
And who is writing notes today? Can anyone commit, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I saved in my mind.
No. I want some.
I can
writing
share a
notes
document in the
also.
group today.
Please write some points so we can document
Yes,
that.
I can
And also
share the
go back
notes.
on LinkedIn and write something good testimony for Mr. Sten on his LinkedIn. He may know.
Sure, sir.
This is the best way to get noticed. This is what I am trying to educate everyone here from last 1 year. And everyone come and just click and follow me, and they don't even connect with me. And I feel that there's a difference in connection and there is a difference in follow.
There is one thing, Irfan sir, which I noticed today. If you
your mic need to be changed because you looks like you are calling from 18th century. You living in Mughals door. That's the sound quality coming from Radio Pakistan quality. You need to buy some brand new mic or just remove your those whatever headphones you're using.
Actually, I am using my headphones, I think.
This is better.
So
This
they
is
are
much clear, as if it's now clear. Previously, it was looking like as if you're calling from other room. And
now I just removed my headsets. That's why maybe
so
I
beautiful.
just
It's
removed
so
my
clear
hands.
right now. Yes, it's so clear right now. Your headphones are not working. You need to just
Halas, I will change them.
throw them.
So I just
Throw
want to
them in the bin.
highlight, like, I really liked how he emphasized today on improving the communication skills. But I felt from him that for each and every person, he was noticing how we are communicating with him, and he was giving comments on that. So just leave everything, leave your experience, leave your CV, leave your everything.
You
Number
were
one,
asking about experience. My 8-year experience, I was thinking, oh my God, where my colleagues will get this fixed, when they will get fixed. And
yes.
So you may have understand the need of employer reducing the risk.
No, we will go for that, inshallah. We'll do our best.
And how many people agree now that that video thing that I was teaching you from last 1 year was the most integral part?
100%, sir. 100%.
200%.
We got the importance of
And those who are not even understanding till now, will they have any future here?
Sir, you are the only source for us for this information. Without you, literally, we Pakistanis cannot be able to find such information and such knowledge about culture of Australia, as well as the studies syllabus, everything.
Well, thank you for at least understanding it. And yeah, I sent this chat group for Nimra from Pakistan. You can connect through that. If you copy that and put in your WhatsApp, you can see that.
Thank you, Irfan. Thank you very much. I'll be glad to
Get some training, ATS, friendly CV, video CV, greatest from an Aussie. See, Stan put me outside now for your assessment. He just said, Irfan, you can't even assess them. They need to be assessed by an Aussie guy. So even if I'm saying something good, don't trust me, because he thinks that I can give you some feedback which can be just favorable feedback, but you need an honest feedback from an honest Aussie guy. Who has seen that video which I just shared yesterday? How a Aussie guy is speaking to a US person?
Yes, sir, seen it.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
Chatting with each other.
Sir, I have seen that.
Sounds like a Pashto style of talking.
Okay. Okay. And how many people are in Australia in this group? I frankly don't know. Only 1 or 2 people I know. Anusha, Shafi, I know. Anyone else?
Hi, Sir Khan. It's me, Uruj. Remember me? Uruj Hamad Khan.
No, I don't remember until you come on the camera.
I think you didn't recognize me by face, but with my voice, I think Irfan, I like Hamad's wife, Uruj
I know
from
you.
Wollongong.
Just telling you, you need to be on the camera because this is the condition of this webinar.
Wait a second.
See, this person is in Wollongong and she's not even coming on the camera, so we can
I'm not.
appreciate this lady pharmacist. That she complete her KAPS exam with us in Sunrise Group, and good connection, very good friend, but taking things very easy because of some reasons. I don't know the reason, but thanks, she passed the exam and she's. Did you attend the whole webinar, Uruj? Miss Uruj Hamad, did you attend the whole webinar? Maybe she gone. Any comments? So we should go home and take a rest?
Sir,
I would
I
say
have
something.
some, I
Yes,
have
please.
some input.
Input.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, I think that initial comments on our video series should be only by you because we need the initial improvements as well. So an Aussie can be on the later stages as well because how can we find an Aussie without, we have found you with so much difficulty. So I'm not sure how would we be finding some Aussie to get a quick take on our video CV.
Say again, I missed that. You're saying Aussie.
I said initial critique should be by your side. So we don't have now any Aussie who can critique on our video. So that would be a great start, but on later on, we can just include some Aussie or get some critique from somewhere else. Or when we're making some videos.
Yes, that's no problem. I will ask Stan to do that. Maybe I will request Stan if he's got some time to see. He just sent me a message saying, "Thank you, Irfan, for having me online. This is a group of very nice people. Regards, Stan Contest."
Yes, and the one thing is also the importance of connections. So we need to be connected as you have involved the Stan right now. So he would be more engaged with you and he would be thinking more about the overseas pharmacist and like the efforts they are putting. So that's a great initiative. And then he might be talking to some other employers that would you like to hire some overseas pharmacists? So that's a great effort by yourself. It not only improves your connection with him, but also improves our chances of getting an internship.
That's right. I'm just reading the comments here. Mariam, Hafiza Mariam. Who's Hafiza Mariam? I don't know. You saying you are in Australia.
Yeah, yes, sir. Hello.
Where is Hafiza Mariam? I have not seen you.
Sorry. I'm really confused to talk.
Are you in Australia? Are you a farmer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm in Sydney.
Can you be visible? Like all the other people are visible? Or it's too difficult? We are talking about video series. I want to join. So thank you very much for everyone who connected with us. Deepak Singh ji, where are you, sir? Are you in Melbourne? Deepak, you were there for a second, but your image is not coming. You're on mute. We can't hear you, sir. You need to unmute yourself first. Then we can hear. No. Sir, you're still on mute.
Hello.
Still on mute.
Hello.
Now,
Am I audible, sir?
Speak. Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. So I'm from India.
Okay, and what you have done so far?
So I've done bachelor's in pharmacy. Currently, I'm working as a pharmacist in a government institute.
Okay. Have you done the KAPS?
So I'm preparing for that.
Oh, okay. Sure. Right. Okay.
I'm targeting for November.
Yes, November is good.
Yes.
November is fine. Yes.
Actually, sir, I got motivated by watching your videos.
And Imtiaz Siddiqui, how are you?
YouTube.
Yes, a lot of people think that I put videos on YouTube to earn money. You know that how much money that comes from YouTube.
Hello, hi, I'm fine, sir.
You don't know. Very good, Siddiqui. I guess you are at work.
Yes, I'm at work, sir. Yes, I'm at
I
pharmacy.
think my connection is not getting. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, yes,
That's
actually.
wonderful. So, what action you going to take from today's webinar?
Sir, I will join Toastmaster and improve my communication skills and make a video resume. I will update my resume to video resume.
Okay. Have you done any video?
No, I have done a video of oath video. I have shared you.
Yes, that's for internal practice. You know, the practice for this big thing that Stan was asking. So oath was just like a documentation sort of thing. Either we can set documentation that you don't do this, we can put conditions on it, and but it's just like practice for you to. And today, you know, that webinar that we do, I want you to be on the camera. This is another practice, basically, that how you're gonna have a nice vision with your blur background, so you can be a best version when you're sitting in actual interview.
Hello, sir.
Yes, you're right.
And many of us are unable to come on camera because they haven't done this before, and this gives them an opportunity to practice, to enhance that skill.
Yes, we need a practice.
If like, thank you, Hafiza Mariam.
Sorry, sir.
No, thank you. You come back. That's good. We thought just maybe you are a shy person, not. I would suggest you to have a tripod thing, or maybe some books that you can put your phone there if you're using a phone. Or if you have a laptop, then use a laptop. Like Kinza is using a laptop, I guess. Kinza, are you using a laptop? That's why her vision is so stable throughout this 2-hour session. That also tells the other person.
Sir, I'm using a laptop, but the vision is, it's moving because there's so many people, interactions, and things going around me.
Okay.
So this is the reason I'm using a laptop. It's not a phone.
So you got so many people around you.
so many people, so many things, so many work I'm doing. I'm doing multitasking.
So you are in middle of
Dealing
chaos.
with the people, doing work, giving them things, answering them. Also, altogether, I'm also attending the meeting. I heard each and everything of the meeting, and meanwhile, I'm talking to the kids, answering people, and doing things. And I have to adjust in this environment. I can't do anything.
I just want you to hold for a minute. I want to talk to this lady, Hafiza Mariam, because I don't know anything about her.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am Hafiza Mariam. I just cleared KAPS in July recently, and now I'm preparing for PT and learning driving. Just that is. And I do digital marketing course right now. Yesterday, just.
And when you passed the exam, did you attend any academy or did you attend the Sunrise School?
Yes, I text you almost 1 year ago, but you didn't respond. That's why I joined academy and Elite Expertise.
Okay. So that's not expensive one. That's cheap one.
Yeah, but expensive for us.
How much money you send to them?
1,700. No, yeah.
See, I'm very rude. I don't reply to everyone. Many people think that I'm just a person sitting on my phone and reply. So look at that. I didn't reply to Mariam. Was it last year when you were in Australia?
Yeah, yes, sir.
You should have called me. You should press the button from your Australian number and call me.
That right now I'm just shivering.
Why?
It's
Why
my
is that?
first time. That's why maybe.
Say again, please.
It's my first interaction with you. That's why first. Yeah.
But it's not first interaction on Zoom, is that right?
Yeah, it's first interaction on Zoom video.
God. So it's your
Just
first
video.
interaction that you're doing with someone, anyone on Zoom on the camera?
Yeah, on the camera. Yeah.
Oh my God. But we do this every day, you know. We live and we breathe. And in the webinars, every one is being asked to come on camera. That give them confidence. You learn by doing things. Like Muhammad Tayyib is sitting there. He is on camera. Tayyib, when did you pass your KAPS?
Sir, I have passed my KAPS back in March 2024.
Just 3 months before when you passed. But see the difference. Maybe you must be busy as a mother. I don't know. You may be busy in your house. I don't know. But tell me about your visa. What visa you are and which city of Australia you are.
I'm in Sydney right now. I'm in spouse visa with my husband 485.
Okay. And did you attend that mango festival, the big mango festival?
Yeah, sir. That I was here, but
you were
when
ignoring me. You were not looking.
Yeah, sir. That's my bad. I connected. No, I didn't attend. Sorry, I can't. Can I speak in Urdu? Yeah, सर मैं गई थी तो मैंने तब आप वहां थे लेकिन मुझे नहीं पता था। जब मैं वापस आ रही थी तो मैंने मैसेज देखा ग्रुप का। वो मुझे इतना दुख हुआ कि मैं क्यों नहीं मिली आपसे।
मैं 3 बजे तक था, 3:30
जी।
हाँ, सुबह पहुंच गया था खुलने से पहले। जैसे होता है ना जो सीटें लगाने वाला काम करते हैं, वो मैं कर रहा था, कुर्सियां लगा रहा था, चीजें रख रहा था। मैं सुबह पहुंच गया था क्योंकि मेरी फ्लाइट बहुत जल्दी आ गई थी।
सर मेरे बस में होता मैं आ जाती, लेकिन मेरे हस्बैंड के अंडर है सारा कुछ। मुझे अभी ड्राइविंग नहीं आती तो इसलिए
तो
मुझे
बस और उबर काबू में नहीं है आपके?
नहीं, वो फिर उस दिन छुट्टी थी ना तो हस्बैंड ने साथ जाना था इसलिए।
ओके। कुछ लोग आए थे बस में बैठ के, 3 बसें बदल के आए थे ट्रेन, और पता नहीं कहाँ से 1-1 घंटे बाद।
जी, अब मैंने उन्हें कहा है, मैंने उन्हें ये भी अभी पूछा, मैंने कहा हम एडलेड चलते हैं, वो आपके वो उस पे जो 7 सितंबर को है। तो पहले कहते अच्छा सोचते हैं, फिर कहते नहीं अभी नहीं, फिर कुछ अर्से बाद जाएंगे।
अभी स्टैन का सुना है आपने? स्टैन ने क्या बोला है?
जी सुना है।
गो टू कॉन्फ्रेंस, गो टू मीटिंग्स, मेक कनेक्शंस। तो आप सिडनी में हो, तो सिडनी में तो वो कॉन्फ्रेंस हो रही है इतनी बड़ी।
तो वो मैंने चेक किया था, वो उसके तो 750 शायद रजिस्ट्रेशन।
There's a way to get in. There is a cheaper way to get in.
तो वो बता, मैं जरूर जाऊंगी।
जाके एक दिन अटेंड कर लो और एक दिन उनका ट्रेड शो में चले जाओ। ट्रेड शो जो होता है उनका, उसमें जाके लोगों से मिल के आ जाओ जाके। फ्री वाला काम कर लो, उसमें शायद $50 लगते हो।
सर अंडर 100 कुछ भी हो मैं कर सकती हूँ।
Just find out. Call the guild office that look, I want to come. Can you give me a option where I can just do a visit to the trade show?
ओके ठीक है सर।
See, if they allow you. बोले मुझे खाने पीने से कोई मतलब नहीं है, मुझे सिर्फ अंदर आने दो।
ठीक है।
और जैसे भी स्टैन ने क्या बोला है, जब जाओ तो अपना कोई लेके जाओ, कोई चीज लेके जाओ जिसपे तुम्हारा नाम फोन नंबर लिखा हो, ताकि आप दे सको किसी को। तो किसी से मिलो तो नाम और नंबर एक्सचेंज होना चाहिए।
ठीक है सर।
कि मैं अभी परसों एक नेटवर्किंग इवेंट में गया था, नेशनल ऑस्ट्रेलिया बैंक के हेड ऑफिस में, एडलेड में। सबसे आगे बैठ गया था जाके, ठीक है। मुझे कोई शौक नहीं होता खाने पीने का, जब मैं कहीं जाता हूँ नेटवर्किंग करने तो आई जस्ट गो एंड सिट। तो जब क्वेश्चन की बारी आती है, सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन मैंने पूछ लिया, और बहुत ही टिपिकल क्वेश्चन पूछा था। प्रेजेंटर भी थोड़ा सा वो हो गया था कि यार ये प्रिपेयर करके नहीं आया मैं। तो फिर कुछ लोग मुझे मिले वहाँ पे, हेलो हाई हुई। एक सरदार जी मुझे मिले, वो कहते हैं यार तू देखा देखा लगता है, ऐसे करके ना। मैंने कहा हाँ शायद आपने कहीं देखा हो, मुझे कोई फोटो शोटो में देखा हो। तो मैंने नंबर लिया, सॉरी मैंने अपना बिजनेस कार्ड दिया उनको ना। तो बिजनेस कार्ड देने में होता है कि बिजनेस कार्ड लेके हम जेब में रख लेते हैं। तो मैंने कहा यार ये बंदा मुझे कभी भी मैसेज नहीं करेगा। मैंने कहा एक काम कर, अपना नंबर दे। नंबर लिया मैंने, एक सेल्फी ली उसके साथ यूं करके ना, पूरे क्राउड में खड़े होके। तो वो मुझे कहते मैन यू आर अ पर्सन ऑफ एक्शन, यू हैव टेकन एन एक्शन एंड सेंड मी द फोटो। तो मुझे रियलाइज हुआ कि अगर आप मैंगो फेस्टिवल में आती
जी सर।
तो
सर सर अब जब भी आपने सिडनी आना है तो प्लीज बताइएगा।
अब तो बिल्कुल नहीं बताऊंगा, क्योंकि एक दफा मौका मिलता है किसी को, दूसरा दफा नहीं मौका मिलता। ये
सर
मैंने
मतलब मैं
process से
इतना
समझा।
एक्टिव नहीं थी और कनेक्ट भी नहीं थी, अब और बात है, अब
वैसे
बताइए।
वैसे किसी को फायदा भी नहीं होता, जो मुझसे बहुत ज्यादा मिलते हैं ना उनको कुछ फायदा नहीं होता, क्योंकि वो समझते हैं दोस्त है हमारा, ये जो भी कुछ कह रहा है यहाँ से सुनो, यहाँ से निकाल दो। ऐसे तो जो स्टैन ने बोला है वो मेरे ख्याल से सब लोग कर लें। टोस्ट मास्टर ज्वाइन कर लो जाके आप प्लीज,
जी इंशाल्लाह।
ठीक है ना। पीटी कर लिया आपने 8 बैंड से, 80 बैंड से?
सर नहीं सर, तैयारी कर रही हूँ।
ओके। अब पता लग गया ना कि हमारे 80 बैंड हो या 90 बैंड हो, डजंट मेक अ डिफरेंस ऑन दीज एम्प्लॉयर्स। जब मैं बोलता 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 थक गया हूँ, लोग समझते नो वी गॉट कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव, वी गॉट दैट। कौन कौन से स्टैंडर्ड होते हैं पीटी के अंदर, बताना भाई।
स्पीकिंग, रीडिंग, लिसनिंग, राइटिंग।
नहीं नहीं, उसके जो वो होते हैं क्राइटेरिया।
Superior, proficient,
Competent, proficient, and superior.
फ्लुएंसी।
सबसे अच्छा वाला कौन सा होता है?
फ्लुएंसी।
Superior.
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 सुपीरियर। आप किसी के सामने बोलो कि मैं सुपीरियर इंग्लिश के साथ आ रहा हूँ, व्हाट द हेल इज दैट फॉर मी। उसके लिए कोई मतलब नहीं है। उसको सिर्फ मतलब है कि आप उसके रिस्क लेस, मतलब कम से कम रिस्क की कितनी मतलब हो सकते हो कि नहीं हो सकते हो। और वही बातें हो गई कि जो लोग हाँ मरियम, आपके लिए बड़ी अच्छी बात है, यू आर लोकल हेयर, तो यू हैव मोर चांस देन एनीवन एल्स टू गेट इन।
यस सर।
तो खुल्लम
सब वो
खुल्ला
अनुषा शफी से मैंने कनेक्ट कर लिया, इधर से अभी हमारा चैट हुई।
उषा शफी जो है वो मेरे से 1 साल से कनेक्टेड है। वो कराची में जब मैं आया था तो उसने
उन्हें
काम किया था जो मैंने अभी एक सरदार जी के साथ किया। उसने कहा सर मुझे एक फोटो खिंचानी। मैंने कहा ये कौन लड़की है यार, ये कहती है मुझे सेल्फी खिंचानी क्राउड में आके ना। मैंने कहा मैं कोई शायद अफरीदी हूँ जो मेरे साथ फोटो खिंचानी है इसने। लेकिन दैट स्मॉल एक्ट मेक हर स्टैंड आउट। मुझे आज भी याद है जब वो हम कोई मैसेज पे बात करते, मैं कहता हूँ अच्छा ये वो खातून है जिन्होंने आके अपने आप को स्टैंड आउट किया था, अपने आप को बताया था कि मैं कोई हूँ। और
अभी उन्होंने मुझे मोटिवेट किया कि आप करो ना, वीडियो पे अभी मैसेज किया तो मैंने पूरे लिंक सेंड किया उन्होंने अगेन मुझे, तो मैंने ज्वाइन किया।
वरना वरना आप नहीं आती।
मैं नहीं दोबारा मुझे ज्वाइन नहीं हो रहा था ना, वो कह रहे थे एंडेड हो गया सेशन,
नहीं
इस
नहीं,
तरह आ रहा
हमारे हमारे सेशन चलते रहते हैं, हम लोग फालतू लोग हैं, हमारे सेशन ये चलते रहते हैं। पिछला सेशन देखा आपने वेबिनार लास्ट वीकेंड का?
जी जी। वो जो 5 घंटों का था पूरा नहीं देखा, लेकिन काफी हद तक वो मैं साथ साथ जा रही थी। आपने कहा वो कोर्स करो, वो मैं कोर्स की तरफ चलेगी, वो करने लगी। फिर अगला पॉइंट मैंने कहा था अगले पे जाऊंगी, फिर अभी रहते हैं ज्यादा फोकस मैं अभी पीटी की तरफ कर रही हूँ।
अभी वो एक मेलबर्न से भी आई हुई थी एक लेडी, वो भी चली गई।
थैंक यू
पता
सो
है,
मच सर।
मेलबर्न भी फंक्शन करके गया हूँ अभी थोड़े दिनों पहले। मेलबर्न में भी मैंने इवेंट किया है अभी, पता है आपको? I did one event in Melbourne. Only 3 people came. और अभी अक्टूबर में मैंने डेट्स अनाउंस किए, किसी ने देखी? आज मैंने फेसबुक पे अनाउंस किए डेट्स।
ये भी नहीं देखी।
सिडनी आ रहे हैं
आप अक्टूबर में?
मैं अक्टूबर में सिडनी में बहुत बड़ा इवेंट करने वाला हूँ, बहुत बड़ा।
अच्छा।
और उस इवेंट में देखिए, मेरे सारे इवेंट फार्मेसी से रिलेटेड नहीं होते, लेकिन मेरे सारे इवेंट फार्मेसी से
ओ जी
रिलेटेड।
जी जी, देखे हैं मैंने वो उनके साथ, यूनिस के साथ। वो
हाँ,
मैंने सोचा था, मैं अब मेरे हस्बैंड को क्रिकेट का बड़ा शौक है, मैंने कहा उनसे जरूर डिस्कस करूंगी। याद उन्होंने अभी काम पे अभी आए नहीं है।
तो जितने भी फार्मासिस्ट लोग हैं ना, वो सब एक मतलब एक समझे एक स्ट्रेंथ बनकर आए हैं उस इवेंट के अंदर, और मिले आके। क्योंकि कल मैंने एक इवेंट किया है इधर इधर एडलेड में किया है। 50 लोग आए हुए थे उसके अंदर, सारे बिजनेस ओनर्स थे। तो उस इवेंट में मैंने पहले बात कैसे शुरू की, मैंने क्रिकेट में बात शुरू की, क्योंकि मैं फार्मासिस्ट की जैकेट पहना हुआ था, फार्मासिस्ट का पूरा पूरा स्टॉल था मेरे पीछे। और मेरा बेटा मुझसे कहता है, अब्बू दिस इज नॉट रिलेवेंट हेयर। मैंने कहा नो, दिस इज रिलेवेंट हेयर, I'll show you how this is relevant here। तो मैंने वहाँ पे क्रिकेट के इक्विपमेंट्स रखे हुए थे, मेमोरेबिलिया। तो सबसे ज़्यादा लोग इंटरेस्टेड थे उन चीज़ों के अंदर, ना कि मेरी फार्मेसी की अ, अ, भाषण सुनने के लिए। और that make you unique, that make you stand out। So Stan was saying कि आ, आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्टैंड आउट होनी चाहिए। और उसने बता दिया कि न्यूजीलैंड वाला होगा तो हम उसको ले लेंगे, क्योंकि वो उसी इन्वायरमेंट से आ रहा है।
So I have a suggestion, or you can say a request. जुम्मे का टाइम होने वाला है, तो then
Oh
we
yes,
will leave.
okay, sure.
Sir, I am Musin Fawad. I have already cleared my KAPS exam, and now I am preparing for for PT. I would give a suggestion that those who have passed the KAPS exam, they need to make a WhatsApp group or something else to do practice on daily basis. And I would request you to add someone from the Australia who can do practice on daily basis with us in the conference.
Okay.
I mean to
Good.
share on daily basis.
Please message this separately so we can action it।
Sir, I have one suggestion.
जी।
Sir, there is an app which is known as Clubhouse.
Okay.
Clubhouse. It is just audio, not the video conference. So there are specific rooms in that. I'm not sure if people in Australia use it frequently or not, but I mean, people in US, they use it a lot. So, I mean, we can find some rooms over there for discussion, and we don't need to contact people and just request them to be part of it. There are already the rooms, and we can just join and get into it and listen what people are saying. So we need to, search that is it
What
used
is
in
the name
Australia?
of the app?
Clubhouse. Clubhouse. I'm writing in chat as well.
Thank you so much. One thing more, sir. How can we add ourselves in our PT WhatsApp group?
No problem. I will give you the link. You know that the suggestion you made is super powerful, and that's why I always say to all the candidates, make a video, a testimonial video. It will give you courage. It will give you an opportunity to say things and learn about some ways of Australian culture. When someone do good, you appreciate them. You know that 70, 80 people passed in my July, and hardly I received 6 videos as a thank you from them.
So one thing more.
How I can make a change, how I can bring a change in them. In March, I don't know how many, 80, maybe 80. Hardly 1 or 2 videos were shared. Not even they bother to come and say they have passed the exam.
Sir, there are the requirements for filling the form. We will make the video and video CV as well, but the digital marketing course that you have mentioned in that form to fill to join in the PT, we have enrolled in that course, but we have not yet that we have not done that yet. So can we join your PT WhatsApp group by filling the form?
No, no, it's easy. I can give you right now. There's no requirement on PTE.
Okay, sir. But there is a requirement for the digital marketing course. We have enrolled in that and we have not yet done that, sir.
LinkedIn, they don't even understand what is the significance and how to use the technology. That's why I asked this question. If you ask this question from Hassan Shahid, who passed this exam July last year, he always say, "Sir, thank you so much. You create an awareness to us so long time ago that this digital forum, digital use is such a significant importance in our journey to Australia that we were not aware until unless we have done the course." So my July intake was very hard. I did not allow anyone to come till they do this. And that's why we built that community. After that, I was a bit busy in other stuff. In November, I tried to do that way. In March, I just opened the door like anyone can come into the warehouse and learn, and they get lost. In July, we try to do a little bit, but what I can say. But
once again, I would request to please make a WhatsApp group for those who are practicing, who are want to improve their communication skills.
Okay, sure.
And you kindly add someone from Australia who is working there as an intern or a pharmacist.
We have mentors.
Yes, we need more
We have
mentors.
pharmacists. We have in your English group, we have people from Australia.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank
you so much, sir.
Which part of Pakistan you calling?
Me, sir? I'm from Islamabad, sir.
Okay.
Basically, I'm from KP and I am living in Islamabad.
So see, this is the WhatsApp group for English PTE.
I'm joining it
Sir,
right
I
now.
had a question.
Yes, sir. Sorry,
I just wanted to ask you and try to implement in my life, or like it would be beneficial for anyone who is joining us. So how do you keep yourself so positive and so engaged in so many activities at the same time? Making a museum, then coming into the groups, and then running your pharmacies, talking to Stan, and like so many things. And you must be facing some difficulties or negativities. And how do you face or deal with those negativities and keep yourself positive and keep thriving in your journey?
Few sayings that I always think about, like देखो भाई, आज जो मैंने वेबिनार किया है, इससे मुझे कितने रुपए का फायदा हुआ है? मेरे इतने सारे काम रुके हैं आज, लेकिन मैंने ये वेबिनार किया है। इस वेबिनार में स्टैन को लाने के लिए मुझे कोई 5-6 कॉल्स करनी पड़ी है दिन के अंदर। स्टैन इज नॉट अ सिंपल गाय, ही इज ए बिलियनर। ठीक है, वो अभी मेरे साथ दोस्तों की तरह बैठा हुआ था। उसको खींचने के लिए, उसको रिमाइंड कराने के लिए, उसके पीई जो पी ए सोनिया, वो मेरा फोन नहीं उठा रही है। उसको मैसेज कर रहा हूँ, उसको ईमेल कर रहा हूँ, उसको धक्के दे रहा हूँ। वो भाई स्टैन को बोलो ही नीड टू बी देयर ऑन टाइम। कोई मेरे फोन के अंदर कोई 8-10 कॉल है मेरी उसकी पीए के साथ, कि स्टैन भाई को मेक श्योर करना कि ऐसा ना हो कि हमने बुकिंग की हुई है, वो कहते यार इरफान आई एम बिजी। ठीक है, तो लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट्स, बट क्यों? एक एक अंदर से वो है, एक समझो कि अगर मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, ये एबिलिटी जो मेरे अंदर है, जिससे किसी सामने पर्सन को मेरी ही फील्ड के, मेरे ही रिलेटेड या मेरी ही नेचर के या मेरे ही बैकग्राउंड के लोगों को अगर कुछ बेनिफिट हो सकता है तो आई शुड डू इट, आई शुड नॉट स्टॉप इट। इफ आई स्टॉप इट, जो ऊपर बैठा हुआ है ना वो कहेगा अच्छा तू गरूर करता है, तू अपने इस एबिलिटी को जो तू कर सकता है वो तूने नहीं किया, अब तू बता, तू दुआ मांगेगा, मैं तेरी दुआ नहीं मांगूंगा, तेरी दुआ नहीं कबूल करूंगा। दिस इज व्हाट आई फील, दिस इज व्हाट आई थिंक, दिस इज हाउ आई थिंक। ठीक है, मे बी आई एम स्टूपिड, मे बी आई एम सुपर क्रेजी, बट दिस इज हाउ आई थिंक that if I can create difference in someone's uh, skills or ability or connection, I should do it. Simple as that. तो उसके अंदर सारी चीज़ें आ जाती हैं। अभी यूनुस खान साहब का भी हमने एक वो किया है, इंट्रोडक्शन किया है। यूनुस खान साहब आ रहे हैं, ठीक है। और म्यूजियम बनाने का एक जोश है, शौक है, क्योंकि मेरे पास इतनी चीज़ें हैं कि आई थिंक आई कैन enjoy them, selling them, but I have a passion to connect with sports memorabilia। ये डॉन ब्रैडमैन की साइन बॉल पड़ी हुई है मेरे ऑफिस के बिल्कुल सामने। डॉन ब्रैडमैन साहब जो हैं वो बॉलें बहुत कम साइन किया करते थे, बैट्स कर देते थे, लेकिन बॉल्स पे इनकी बहुत रेयर रेयर साइन है इनकी। ठीक है, ये बॉल, इसकी अगर मैं वैल्यूएशन करके कहीं से लेकर आऊँ तो ये $5,000 की बॉल है, $5,000 की मेरी टेबल पे रखी हुई है। लेकिन बस मेरा शौक है। और जब भी मैं कल प्रोग्राम में गया हुआ था, जो कि आपने शायद फोटोज देखी होंगी मेरी कुछ लोगों के साथ, कुछ मेमोरेबलिया
जी
पीछे
जी।
थी, तो उसके अंदर जो वहाँ का सबसे सीनियर पर्सन था बॉलिंग क्लब का, अ, उसको मैं लेकर आया। मैंने कहा तुम देखो ये चीज़ें रखी हुई हैं, डॉन ब्रेडमैन का 1948 का साइन बैट रखा हुआ है यहाँ पे ना। तो अब वो इतना मेरे से 30 साल बड़ा आदमी था, ठीक है, लेकिन वो मेरे से बातें करने में खो गया, जैसे कि पता नहीं मैं उसका दोस्त हूँ। अपनी बैडमिंटन की किस्से उसने सुनाए कि मैं बैडमिंटन से मिल चुका हूँ और ये और वो, और तो मतलब एक करेक्शन बन गया उससे, ठीक है। और इसी तरह मैं लास्ट मीटिंग में गया था, तो वहाँ पे जब मैंने ट्रेवल्स हेड की चीज़ें रखी थी तो उसकी वजह से बहुत सारे लोगों ने दोस्ती की मुझसे। देखिए, हमारा एक्सेंट डिफरेंट है यहाँ पे, हम डिफरेंट लगते हैं, हमारा नाम डिफरेंट है। मेरा नाम इरफान है, मेरा नाम जॉन नहीं है, मेरा नाम मार्टी नहीं है, ठीक है। तो हम डिफरेंट ही लगेंगे, ठीक है, इस माशरे में। हो सकता है मेरे बच्चे जो हैं वो हमारे से आगे के औजी हों, ठीक है, उनकी इंग्लिश बहुत डिफरेंट है, मेरे मेरे बच्चों की इंग्लिश बहुत डिफरेंट है। शायद वो मेरा भी मजाक उड़ाते होंगे कि ये कौन इंडियन अब्बा आ गया हमारा, कहाँ से, कौन से अंग्रेजी बोलने वाला, ठीक है। तो जो फैक्ट है वो फैक्ट है, लेकिन we can create a difference in by making these tools which are called sporting tools or community work। कल मैं एक इवेंट में था, जिसमें एक इंडिया के बड़े फनकार आए हुए थे, सिंगर आए हुए थे, हरभजन मन करके, ठीक है। तो उनसे मिलने का मुझे मौका मिला। आई वेंट टू द स्टेज, आई थैंक यू हिम, दिस एंड दैट। तो वहाँ पे कुछ लोग बैठे हुए थे जो कि बड़े एंटरप्रेन्योर्स बैठे हुए थे, बड़े बड़े बिजनेस के ओनर्स बैठे हुए थे, ठीक है। तो शायद वो मुझे नहीं जानते थे और मैं भी उनको नहीं जानता था, लेकिन मैं घुस गया जाके टेबल पे। मैंने कहा हेलो, कैसे हो भाई, कौन हो, क्या हो। तो बातचीत शुरू हुई। तो अगेन उसमें से एक बंदे ने क्रिकेट का जिक्र छेड़ दिया कि मेरे पास राहुल द्रविड़ का बल्ला है। तो फिर मैंने उनको बोला, मैंने कहा वर्ल्ड कप हुआ था ना 2022 का, तो मैं ट्रॉफी लेके अंदर गया था टीम इंडिया के साथ मैच के अंदर, तो वो यूं देख रहे हैं, यार ये कौन है, तो तुम हो कौन, मतलब तो क्या ऐसा तुमने किया कि वो तुम्हें वहां तक रसाई मिली ना। तो फिर किसी और ने आके बताया कि भाई ये बहुत काम करते हैं, वॉलंटियर काम करते हैं। तो आपने जो सवाल पूछा है कि उसके पीछे क्या लॉजिक है, उसके पीछे यही लॉजिक है कि अगर यार हम कुछ कर सकते हैं तो कर दें।
बिल्कुल सर, इंस्पिरेशन ही है, मतलब हर बंदे को रीजन चाहिए कुछ भी करने का।
हम्म
वो
हम्म
आपने जो है, जो रीजन दिया है, बिल्कुल जिस तरह होता है ऑथेंटिक, और वाकई मतलब बंदा कर भी सकता, ऑथेंटिक रीजन के अलावा कुछ कर भी नहीं सकता चाहे भी तो। तो दिल से अगर करना चाहे फिर ही हो सकता है।
जी हाँ, दिल से ही होती हैं चीजें ये। अ, बनावटी नहीं हो सकती। मैं बनावटी बन के यहाँ बातें नहीं कर सकता आपसे। आप पहचान, आप पिकअप कर लोगे यार ये कोई झूठ बोल रहा है।
ऐसे ही है, यही बात है। बनावटी सर, वो पहनावा बंदा ज्यादा देर पहन भी नहीं सकता ना। कोई 1 घंटे, आधा घंटा आप प्रटेंड कर लोगे, लेकिन यू हैव टू बी रियल इन द एंड।
जी बिल्कुल। और अ, मैंने अच्छा है स्टैन साहब ने बड़ा अपना टाइम दिया। वेरी नाइस, आई एम वेरी प्लीज कि दिस इज बीन accomplished। और स्टैन इज नॉट ए सिंपल गाय इन साउथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया। तो उसको उसको मिलने के लिए बहुत मतलब ये जो इतना इजी है, ये आज का सफर नहीं है। दिस इज अ लॉन्ग टर्म सफर। तो जो जो कुछ उसने क्रीम बता दी, अगर सब चढ़ा लें उस क्रीम को अपने ऊपर, तो सब के बारे न्यारे हो जाए।
सर वंस अगेन थैंक्स टू यू कि जितना भी वो है, बल्कि अब जितना क्या, अब ये जितने से तो ज्यादा हो गया ना कि अब स्टैंड जैसा आदमी जो है वो अब आ रहा है। तो ये अब एक नेक्स्ट लेवल में हमारा एक कदम है। जिस तरह आप गाइडेंस कर रहे थे वो पहले, अब एक बंदा खुद अपने तौर पे कर रहा होता है, लेकिन अब जो है एक उससे अगले लेवल में हमारी जो है ना एक एवोल्यूशन करके सफर पहुंच चुका है।
आपको बता देना,
तो
इसी डेली वाले खबरें छाप देंगे इसके ऊपर, इस वेबिनार के ऊपर। वो कहेंगे ये
होपफुली सर, होपफुली ये रिपल इफेक्ट पैदा करे।
स्टैन को कौन ले आया उठा के।
होपफुली ये रिपल इफेक्ट पैदा करे, और सर और भी बड़े बड़े आदमी हमारे साथ आए और वो कनेक्ट करना चाहें।
जी जी। और वो इससे पहले ब्रेंटन हार्ट को मैं लेकर आया था, टेरी वाइट का जो चीफ वो है फार्मासिस्ट। अभी मेरी नेशनल फार्मेसी की चीफ फार्मासिस्ट से बात हुई थी, मैंने उसको बताया था, तो उसने ऐसे ही जवाब दिया था मुझे। ये कोई सवाल है मुझसे करने का, मैं क्यों। मतलब ऐसा भी रिस्पॉन्स होता है।
Sir, Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम, हाउ आर यू।
I'm good, sir. How are you?
मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ, बहुत ही
So, मैं 13 साल से आपके वेबिनार में आने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ. दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम.
ओ माय गॉड।
मैंने मैं लैपटॉप लेके प्रिपरेशन लेके बैठती हूँ, पर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट द करेज.
वेरी नाइस।
तो थैंक यू अपने कम्युनिटी में एंट्री देने के लिए, सबके साथ कनेक्ट होने के लिए. और आपकी क्या तारीफ करो, लाइक व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज like there is no words to express gratitude और शुक्रिया अदा करने के लिए. मैंने it's I don't think anyone आज के टाइम पे किसी के पास कोई चाहेगा भी तो समय नहीं होगा, समय होगा भी तो
आके
like
ना अपने लिंक्डइन पे लगा दो, फिर देखो 10 लोगों का फायदा होगा।
it's just not possible. इतना समय देना, लगे रहना,
हाँ,
just not possible.
मेरी वाइफ मुझसे कहती है ये तो भला ही है सिर्फ कैप्स वालों के लिए।
People are benefiting beyond limits.
थैंक यू भाई।
The community like us, I'm from Bangladesh.
यस।
Pakistan, India, like we don't have access to the information what's like. इच्छा तो सबके अंदर होती है कि जाए यूएसए जाए, ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाए, लेकिन वहाँ का क्या सिस्टम है, कैसे क्या होता है, internal matters we don't have those information. The things that you are letting us know, no one does it. It's for the benefit of the community.
जी जी।
So
और
अच्छा करने की इच्छा सबके अंदर होती है, लेकिन no one comes out with the procedure.
देखिए, बहुत अच्छी बात है, लेकिन जब कोई हमें वो कहता है ना कि तुमने गलत कर दिया, तुमने सबको एक लाइन पे लगा दिया, जैसे वो कहते हैं ना ट्रक की लाइट के पीछे सबको फिक्स कर दिया और सब उसको फॉलो करना शुरू कर दिया, तो वो फिर कभी कभार ना ऐसा महसूस होता है कि हैव आई डन समथिंग रॉन्ग। नो, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अपग्रेड योर वे ऑफ अप्रोच। पहले तो किसी को डर ही लगता रहता था, कैप्स नहीं 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 नहीं, फेल हो जाएगा, नहीं 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 हम नहीं पास कर सकते, नहीं 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 ये तो होता ही नहीं है। अब जब आसान कर दिया है तो कुछ लोग उसको ये बोल रहे हैं ये तो 8वीं क्लास का बच्चा भी पास कर सकता है। एक तरफ तो
तो आपके इस प्रोसीजर को लेके कोई नेगेटिविटी कैसे बोल सकता है, ये इसका तो समझ में नहीं आता। लाइक हाउ कैन इवन समवन से एनीथिंग नेगेटिव। मैं
तो
कैप्स
अपने
के बारे में मैंने वेबसाइट में रिसर्च किया था शायद 2016 से पहले। लाइक व्हेन आई वाज थिंकिंग टू मूव अब्रॉड, तब रिसर्च किया था कैप्स का। जो सैंपल पेपर था वेबसाइट में, वो देख के मैंने वहीं पे छोड़ दिया कि ये दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल। ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है कि पूरा फार्मेसी की पूरी सिलेबस वापस रिवाइज करके वापस पढ़ के ये। आई ग्रेजुएटेड इन 2011-12। तो 16 में जाके तब मुझे लगा था कि ना ये पॉसिबल नहीं है।
तो आपको
फिर अब
फिर आपने कर लिया।
मैंने कर लिया, उसका भी पूरा क्रेडिट आपके ग्रुप को जाता है। आपके ग्रुप में जो मेंटर्स हैं, जो ग्रुप में जो रेगुलर डिस्कशन होती रही, जो प्रोसीजर है ग्रुप में फॉलो करने का कि ये करो वो करो ऐसा करो, फिर भी कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता। मैंने जो कैप्स पास किया इसका पूरा क्रेडिट आपके ग्रुप को है।
थैंक यू। मैंने कम्युनिटी अरेंज की है। मेरा काम, मैंने जो लोगों को जमा किया था ना जुलाई में, उनको मैं इतना बड़ा पर्चा देता था पढ़ने के लिए। उस पर लिखा होता था दिस इज अ वर्क दैट वी डूइंग to create a community of future leaders. This is a community that I'm building to stay connected. अच्छा, बात सामने वाले को समझ में नहीं आता है, वो कहता है यार ये क्या बोल रहा है, why we should be connected, why? वो इसको कोई फायदा हो रहा होगा, इसको YouTube पे सब्सक्राइबर्स चाहिए। नो
कनेक्शन आज के टाइम पे, कनेक्शन आज के टाइम पे नहीं, एक्चुअली कनेक्शन इज वाज ऑलवेज इम्पोर्टेंट। वो हम समझते नहीं है कि इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है। कनेक्शन और डिजिटल होना,
बता दे।
वीडियो पे आना, बात करना और कम्युनिकेटिव होना, दिस इज वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट। और
उसको देखिए
डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे आना,
6 महीने पहले कहाँ पे थी वो, तो कहती है व्हाट्सएप ही।
it's just our stupidity that we don't understand the importance and we don't improve ourselves.
बिल्कुल।
सर
सब
वो
सब
चाइनीज चाइनीज की एक कोटेशन है कि जो है बड़े पौधे लगाते हैं जिनकी छांव में वो खुद नहीं बैठते ना। तो ये है वो, ये 100 साल अगले, ये 50 साल अगले की प्लानिंग है, जब मतलब ये यही लीडर्स 40 30 40 साल में एक लेवल पे होंगे या 20 साल में, तो वो कम्युनिटी लीडर होंगे। मे बी अब आपने एक एज एन इंडिविजुअल उठाया है एक कदम, तो ये जो है 10 होंगे, 20 होंगे, 50 होंगे, या मे बी हंड्रेड्स एंड थाउजेंड्स होंगे। तो वो लोग जो है एक बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस क्रिएट करेंगे। लेकिन ये कि उसके लिए एक स्टेप लेना जो है ना वो बहुत जरूरी है। अब वो बीज जो लगाया है वो तो आपने लगाया है ना, तो अब ये पौधा इंशाल्लाह जो है ना, इसकी आबियारी जो है उसकी इसी तरह जो है ना इंशाल्लाह हम होप करते हैं कि होती रहेगी। और पॉजिटिव जो है, पॉजिटिव रहने की ज़रूरत है और अपनी हिस्से की जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो करने की ज़रूरत है। और इंशाल्लाह जब इंटेंशंस अच्छी हों तो अल्लाह ताला भी कुछ जो है ना अपनी तरफ से मदद करते हैं।
देखें, ये मैं सुन के हैरान था जब उसने स्टैन ने पूछा ना कि ये जो ऑडियंस बैठी हुई है इसमें से कितने हैं जिन्होंने किया हुआ है प्रोसेस। तो मैंने कहा सबने किया हुआ है। तो मैंने कहा इस लाइक यूनिवर्सिटी बैठी हुई है पूरी, तुम्हें सुन रही है। इतना बैच जो होता है 50 60, एक एवरेज यूनिवर्सिटी के पास आउट ग्रेजुएट्स होते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया के अंदर, 100 के करीब होते हैं। तो इस लाइक 60 अगर पीपल सुन रहे थे उस टाइम पे, तो उसको फील हुआ कि हाउ मच इम्पोर्टेंट पीपल आई एम टॉकिंग टू। उसने सीधा नंबर निकाल के अपना दे दिया कि ये लो, इसको ईमेल कर दो। उसको वैल्यू नजर आई, फ्यूचर फार्मासिस्ट नजर आया आप लोग। अगर उसको नजर नहीं आते, वो कहता हु केयर्स, थैंक यू दो। वो जो मैनेजर होगी वो अपना ऑफिस का काम करे, ना कि आपकी एप्लीकेशन हो मेरे बैठ के। दिस सी अ वैल्यू, दैट्स व्हाई मैंने ये लिमिटेड रखा था कि हमसे वो लोग आए जो हमारे प्रोसेस से गुजरे हुए हैं। चलिए भाई, मैं चलता हूँ। मुझे हमारे एक दोस्त हैं यहाँ पे, उन्होंने बड़ी एक अचीवमेंट की है। उन्होंने एक बहुत बड़ा एग्जाम पास किया है यहाँ पे, साइकेट्रिक स्पेशलिस्ट का। उन्होंने दावत रखी हुई है, वहाँ जाना है मुझे।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सो मच for your
Thank you so
time.
much, sir.
Thank you, Samin, for making those flyers. उन फ्लायर्स में से एक सिडनी वाले फ्लायर पे एक बंदे का नाम नहीं आया, वो झगड़ा करने आ गया मेरे से। तो काइंडली काम करके एक मिनट में लोग के अंदर यहाँ पे कि उनका नाम नहीं था।
Samin is doing a wonderful job with your flyers as well.
Yes,
Thank you.
जमीन को
This
बहुत
is my please.
बोला था बाद में भी कि भाई पैसे ले लिया करो, कहती नहीं मैंने पैसे नहीं लिए। मैंने कहा है, मैंने कहा बहुत काम आएगा, कहती कोई मसला नहीं।
सर ये हमारी कम्युनिटी का खासा है ना कि हम जो है ना मतलब अपने लोगों को वो जो है ना कि खैर है सर, हो जाएगा, इट्स ओके। मतलब बाहर तो आप जो है ना कुछ किसी का हेल्प भी कर दें तो फिर टिप का वो एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि जी कुछ ना कुछ हमें मिलेगा।
चलें, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर मेकिंग दोज ब्यूटीफुल फ्लायर्स। बड़ा स्टैंड आउट कर रहे हैं। अभी मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ उनके कमेंट्स का, हमारे साहब जो हैं यूनुस भाई, कि वो क्या कहते हैं इस फ्लायर को देख के। अभी तक जवाब आया नहीं है, लेकिन आई विल लेट यू नो। चलिए ठीक है, मैं चलता
Thank
हूँ।
you, sir. Thank you for your webinar. Thank you for your time.
टेक एक्शन प्लीज, डोंट सिट, जस्ट डू इट। यहाँ तक कर लिया
Yes.
तो आगे भी बहुत कुछ करना है।
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank